Hi, and welcome to this week's episode of The Weekly. This is your spot every Thursday to check out the latest trends and innovations we're seeing in the marketplace. So we just had an historic week in American history. The election was amazing on many different fronts. And living just outside of Philadelphia felt very much in the epicenter of it, believe me. But this is what was fantastic about last week. How many people participated in the process. It was the largest raw number and the largest percentage that ever voted in a presidential election before. Kudos to everyone for doing that. So let's get into today's show. Our sponsor today is Vitro Architectural Glass. They're the largest glass manufacturer in North America. And they have a mantra. It's called collaboration and innovation. Check them out. Our first guest today is David Bailey. And David Bailey's talking about signage and wayfinding. And with so much going on with COVID, a lot of signs have popped up really quick. And frankly, they're not that great. What are the three keys? Good design, clarity, and ease.
And we have with us today an expert, David Bailey, AIA. David's a principal with Hastings Architecture in Nashville. He's been there for more than 20 years. And David has come up with some fascinating new design concepts for improving signage under this COVID regimen that we're all struggling under. So David, just tell us briefly, what are the main goals of wayfinding and signage that in general we should be concerned about?
Thanks, Rob. Well, in general, good design, clarity of message, ease of understanding, and being able to implement that direction quickly is what you want from good wayfinding signage.
Okay.
In our middle segment today, Dave Barista talks to two experts about an AI tool. This is a tool they're using to optimize the construction scheduling. It's called the Alice platform. What is the Alice platform? And can it do for construction what Revit did for design?
Absolutely. Alice is the first generative construction optimizer. And what sort of Revit did for design, Alice does for construction. And so when you design something as an architect in Revit, you can change parameters. You can change the height of the column, and then all the columns in your model change, and your cross sections change, and your elevations change, and your quantities change automatically. That change ripples through your system. With Alice, you can also change parameters by adding a crane, trying overtime, adding a crew, trying fast drying concrete. Whatever you want to change in your simulation, you tweak that parameter, and again that ripples through your system, and so you can immediately see the impact that these changes have on your construction project. And you see it through the output, which is a 4D video as well as a schedule. And so you can instantaneously generate lots of different ways of building a given project, right? And you do it by uploading a rule set. You upload a rule set, for example, what resources do you need, what tasks, what calendars, very similar to an existing schedule, right? And there are a couple of slight tweaks, but you upload a rule set, you send it to the software, it crunches those rules for you, generates schedules that satisfy your rules, and then you can change those rules on the fly by adding delays, etc. So that's what Alice is.
We finished this week's segment looking at a new platform. It's called Omniverse. And Omniverse, it's a collaborative 3D platform to simulate reality. And its ability to integrate with other platforms could make it a game changer. So how is it being used?
Robert, tell me a little bit about how Woods Bagot is likely to be using this platform in its initial stages.
So I think, like Richard said, one of the biggest things is that we use a lot of different software through all stages of our projects, and something we've always been struggling with, and I think AEC in general is always struggling with, is there's plenty of things to do collaboration within a singular platform, within Revit, within Rhino. But there hasn't been anything that lets you do this kind of real-time, fully synced up collaboration across like pretty much anything you can think of. Right now it's Rhino and Revit. Grasshopper just got introduced into the mix. There's, there's Unreal. There's so many sort of inroads into the Omniverse system that it solves a huge challenge for us in that we don't have to really say, okay, you can use this software now and that software later. We can allow the designers to use what they like when they like, and allow a way more fluid sort of dialogue between that. And so for us, that was an immensely exciting and amazing thing that we're really looking forward to sort of seeing how far we can push it.
So that concludes our segment for today. As always, we greatly appreciate you joining us. Big shout out to our sponsor, Vitro Architectural Glass. Please check them out. If you'd like to check out any of our other segments, they're on Horizon TV and on YouTube. You can find the individual segments, so just take the ones that you really want. And if you have any suggestions for us, please email me. Here's our email address. So be safe. Please wear your masks. Things are getting worse and it's coming into winter. And we really look forward to seeing you again next Thursday. Thanks for joining us.